So perfect. So that is me. We've already spoken about this. All right. Sorry, I'm just trying to remove my. Okay, so the personal gaze and gains and insight. What I learned from writing my dreams down and exploring them, researching them, is ability to receive messages from my past ones and loved ones. As I mentioned earlier, I have a very close connection with my mom on the other realm, and my father, my grandparents, basically my whole family. They have passed away when I was a kid, so I have a very close connection with them, and I receive messages. And not only from them, I do receive messages from other spirits and souls that want to deliver messages to other people. And sometimes I don't even know who they are, but they tell me their names and ask me to send a message to someone. And I usually come across that person naturally. I have received healing from I don't know, whatever you want to call it, God, the source, the universe. It is completely up to you and up to what you believe in. I did receive the healing. However, it wasn't a full healing. It doesn't work like that, but it was the beginning point for me. And I am still healing myself and working on myself. And I do share what I have gained with other people in order to empower, because I believe that everybody have the ability to self-heal. My intuition got stronger. I have gained the ability to lucid dream, which is when you are fully conscious in your dream and you have the ability to control it. Freedom and liberation. I do feel a sense of freedom and peace in my heart. Even though I go through a lot of challenges, even though I am still living on this planet and still growing, it is just part of life, but I go through them with a smile on my face, and I know that everything is working out for the higher good. I remembered who I am and my true nature because I started becoming honest with myself through dreams, through journaling them, through documenting them, because they do tell us what we are deeply concerned about and what we are deeply trying to resist. Increased self-awareness, ability to tap into my subconscious mind and work with them, because it does hold a lot of limited beliefs, habits, behaviors. So it is a great way to tap into them, reprogram yourself, and change if you do think that you need changes. All right, so next page. So the agenda for today is we're going to talk about the power of our dreams, some insights and facts, and the type of, we'll talk about types of dreams and why we see them, as well as how to tap into our subconscious mind, how to remember our dreams, because I do remember that Shalu mentioned that sometimes she forgets her dreams. So we're going to talk about that and make sure she doesn't forget. And we're going to have a group activity, and I will provide some tips on how to write your dreams down in order for you to recall them and also decode the messages from them. We'll wrap it up with key takeaways, and I will give you some helpful resources, app recommendations, which I use to record my dreams and easily have them have an easy access to them. I would like to ask all of you to get some pen and paper to do the activity later, and just write down whatever you find helpful along the way, as well as get some tea or coffee, because I've got my tea. Okay. All right, so the importance of our dreams. So I do believe that each one of us have been told as a child that the dream world is nothing. It's just our brain playing pictures, and we don't need to pay attention to that. We've all been told that. But where in fact, I believe that the dream world has always been telling us and hinting us what the whole universe is about, what this life is about. Because if you look at it, when we have a dream, we have nightmares, we have some exciting dreams, we have some sad dreams. We wake up the next morning, feel a rash of adrenaline, dopamine. We do get excited at and scared at the same time. And we rushed to tell everybody, oh my God, you wouldn't believe what dream I had. I met Adele in my dream. I did this, I did that. So that's the excitement and curiosity we have, and that is our nature. So that is our soul's nature, to experience, to have that excitement, to have that journey. And I believe that when we come to a human journey, we do forget everything in order for us to start from the fresh page, to experiment fully and become who we want to become from the point zero. And one day, we all know that we are gonna finish this lifetime. We're gonna die in the physical realm, um, depart, graduate, whatever you want to say. It will happen. It happened to many of my loved ones. However, when you wake up on the other side, and I'm speaking from the personal experience, I woke up on the other side, and my life, I woke up from it and I said, oh my God, that was a nightmare. But I loved that nightmare. I saw beauty in each challenge, each lesson I had in my life. And I had very tough lessons growing up as a kid, but I loved and I missed each lesson. When I woke up on the other side with my mom, I missed it. I wanted to go back. I wanted to enjoy the human experience. And I believe that our dreams have been always hinting us, telling us what the whole world is about, what this whole journey is about. So, yeah, that is the Earth, the planet Earth, the life we have. And one day we'll wake up and everything we come to experience here, we will remember as a dream. Another way of looking at it is I like to look at it as a video game. So we probably all seen virtual reality games. And when I woke up on the other side, the whole reality of Earth seemed like a game I played. And the rule is simple. You forget who you are when you put the glasses on, the virtual glasses on, and you will build a complete new character, whatever character you want. And the challenges will be given on your journey based on the goals that you have set, based on your purposes that you decided, based on who you wanted to become. If you wanted to become a teacher, you will be challenged with your patience. You will be thrown some challenges in your way. You will be thrown some challenging kids, parents, and things like that, based on your goals and challenges, based on your goals. But in every game, there are cheat codes. There are codes that you can enter. It's when we are our higher selves or the universe, we go and can you guys still hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
my connection was telling me it's not unstable.
Yeah,
So when
we we missed the last piece.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what
we
was it
missed
about?
the last 10-15 seconds.
Okay, so where was I?
We were talking about the virtual reality. How there are characters and you get challenges.
Yeah, exactly. So you do get challenges. You can build the
That's
character.
11 hours.
Can you
Sorry.
hear me? Okay, all right.
Yes.
Yep, so I will just go from there. So you build the character, you will be given challenges based on your life purpose, based on the goals that you set. Um, and in every game, there are cheat codes that you can use. There are rules. However, in this realm, we don't know about the rules. So when we fall asleep, our higher selves, the universe, the source, goes out, gets the information, and sends us the codes. And those codes translates into dreams. So we fall asleep and they enter the codes and the codes translate into dreams. But because we only know our human version, we see the codes in these scenarios. So they translate into everything that we know on Earth, everything that we learned on Earth. So we'll see teeth falling out, we'll see ourselves drowning, we'll see ourselves being chased, we'll see ourselves falling. So those are how codes are translated into our brain, into our subconscious mind, because as a human being right now, that's all we know. That's all we learn on earth. And it is up to us to translate those dreams. Okay, next thing. So facts and insights. I thought this would be really interesting. As we all know, dreams are often exaggerated. So they can start from your room and end up on the other side of the planet, in a classroom, under the ocean. Sometimes there are very crazy things that happen, and you don't want to talk about them at all. So the psychological fact is behind dreams are often exaggerated for us to remember upon awakening, because oftentimes we do forget. So when your subconscious mind wants to talk to you, when your higher self wants to talk to you, it will send you exaggerated dreams for you to remember when you wake up. And how we remember is based on feelings that we get in a dream. We get scared, we get excited in a dream, we get uncomfortable in a dream, embarrassed in a dream, and that's how we remember upon awakening. We tell everybody, oh my God, I had this dream, and I think I was naked in that dream in public. That was embarrassing. And the psychological fact behind it is when you receive a new information, it doesn't go straight to your long-term memory. It will go to your long-term memory only if it is followed by a strong emotion. Because we all know that we don't remember every single day of our lives. We only remember things that are linked to strong emotions. The time when we graduated, the time when we bought our first car, first house, or we got embarrassed in school, things like that. The moments, strong emotions, they go into long-term memory. So this is a sign from our subconscious mind to wake up and remember and pay attention to your dream. Okay, so the next thing is recurring dreams. We all have them. It was scientifically proven that recurring dreams, they often indicate unresolved issues, patterns, and habits that you are in. So when you have dreams like teeth falling out, or yourself being naked in public, or having toilet issues in a dream, or being chased constantly, those dreams are often times asking you to pay attention to whatever you're going through in life, to where you are at, stop, observe, and see how you can break those patterns and build a new habit. And the third thing is dreams don't lie. So sometimes we have this image of ourselves which we try to present to the world, which we try to present to ourselves. And oftentimes we do forget to process our emotions and be honest with ourselves. And we tell everybody, no, I'm okay, I'm fine, I'm not sad, I'm not upset, I'm not mad, I'm okay. But then when we go asleep, we will see the concerns in a dream. They will appear because dreams don't lie. And so they often tell us to process everything. The fourth thing is dreams are part of your human journey. No matter how much you want to deny it, everybody sees dreams, everybody has them, and it's part of our human journey. And your dreams are they are for you to learn, for you to grow. If you decide to not pay attention to them, that is also completely up to you. It's your responsibility. But you can't deny the fact that you have this character, you're playing, you are awake, you fall asleep, you have dreams, and it's all part of your journey. And the fifth thing is subconscious mind. So as I mentioned earlier, the dreams, they come from our subconscious mind, from the source, or whatever you want to call. In subconscious mind is the operator of 95% of our thoughts, behaviors, and habits. You probably had situations in which situations which keep reoccurring, such as, let's say you go to the job and you have this stubborn boss who keeps saying the same thing, and you kind of learn to just ignore it. And even if you are uncomfortable with your boss's comments or boss's judgments, you just criticism, you just keep ignoring it. You just say, yes, boss, I'll do it later. Okay, okay. And that just became a habit of yours. And it just becomes a second nature, and you don't think about it, but your subconscious mind is the one that's running it. So in order for you to pay attention to that, it will send you a dream. It will remind you that you can't break from that habit, break from that pattern, and stand up for yourself. Talk to your boss and let them know that you are not comfortable with those comments, or etc. It's just an example. I hope everybody's bosses are nice. Okay. So some scientists believe that the dream world is a simulation ground for practice. Um, you've probably had dreams in which you see yourself on taking an exam or presenting something or running an event. So when you are excited for something, or nervous about something, it usually shows up in your dream and you see yourself rehearsing it. So that's why scientists believe that the dream world is a simulation ground for practice before making it in this reality. I also want to mention that there is no wrong or right answer when you interpret your dreams. When you read your dreams, or in general in life, there is no right or right answer. It's completely up to you. And whatever you decide for yourself to be right in the present moment now is the right answer. Unconscious habits require conscious decisions. So once you notice your unconscious habits, once you tap into your subconscious mind, you can start making conscious choices, taking conscious decisions to change. Okay, next slide. All right, so some of the world's greatest ideas came from dreams. Dreams also are full of wisdom and creativity. So I just don't want you to think that the subconscious mind is a bad place. No, it's full of creativity, it's full of wisdom and insights as well. So we all know this song by Beatles, Yesterday. It came from a dream. So they had the artist had a dream about a song and he recorded it, and it became the most famous song on Earth. And also the theory of relativity by Albert Einstein, it also came from a dream. The periodic table by Dmitry Mendeleev, which we use in school up to today. And it's actually very fascinating to me because that table looks complicated, and I don't know how can someone remember all of it from a dream, but he did, and that is a very I think that's an amazing fact that shows us that the dream world is wonderful and full of creativity and full of ideas. The next one is Niall Bohr's model, the structure of the atom. So he had a dream about solar system. He saw the sun, he saw the planets around the sun, and he woke up feeling intuitively that it is all related to our atoms, the structure of the atom, and he dedicated into proving that the atoms are just like the solar system, and he did prove that and won the Nobel Prize for it. And the last one I want to talk about is the Google that we use to search everything. And I think the guy's name was Larry Page. So he had the dream that he was able to access a database, like a World Web database where he can download everything from. And he spent 2 years working on Google and created this, which we use every single day. So how fascinating is that? And I believe that if we can dream about something, we can achieve it. Okay. And this is for my skeptics. Some people can be skeptical about dreams and the work with dreams, but and that is completely okay. I think I would suggest to have an open mind and open heart, because there is always new to learn. There is always a space for growth. We don't know about everything in the world. There's a lot of things to discover. And I would suggest to become the detective, put your detective hats on and start researching. Go onto Google, go to libraries and start researching about dreams if you're skeptical, and experiment with your own dreams. Maybe you will you will have maybe you will come up with some great insights and will be able to share with the world. Okay, so these are the types of dreams we have. I just quickly want to touch on this. So the first one is normal. You're more than welcome to take a photo of it, or I will also share the slide later if you want to have this on you. So the normal dreams, they are most common type of dreams. And the nightmares, they usually evoke some unpleasant emotions such as fear, anxiety, terror. Recurring dreams, I have explained that, I mentioned that earlier. So same scenario, same places, we see ourselves being chased, teeth falling out, having toilet issues, being naked in public, dying, being pregnant, or taking a school exam, which is my worst fear. Did not like school exams at all. And the mental rehearsals, which we talked about before, so happens before an upcoming event, exam, or etc., due to excitement. Prophetic dreams. All prophetic dreams are believed to offer glimpses of the future, provide some insights about an upcoming event. Sometimes they give us warning that there is something about to happen, and we usually intuitively know what they mean. And also, there's a cool fact. We all know about the Titanic, right? How the ship sank. There are a lot of people that claimed they were about to get on the Titanic, but they had dreams before that the ship would sink or they would die, so they didn't get on, and they're still alive. So they survived. They're still alive, so they survived. So that was a cool fact, and which also proves that prophetic dreams are real, and they do come to us to empower and help us. I'll share my prophetic dream I had a few years ago. I saw myself, at the time I was working in a hospitality and I was a waitress. And I saw a dream in which I was working with cameras and talking to many people. And I woke up telling myself, that's not real. I would not work in front of a camera. That's just, I don't know what that dream is about. But in that dream, I was really, really happy. And a few years later, I am working with cameras, seeing many people. So that dream was an encouragement from my higher self to keep going, because at the time I was going through a lot of pain. All right, and healing dreams. So they do happen to us when sometimes we have dreams about seeing some spirit animals, our loved ones, or some angelic beings. And in those dreams, we feel light, we feel healed, we feel at peace. And they usually come to provide an emotional healing or resolution, or offer guidance during challenging times. Deja vu dreams. So we do have deja vu dreams. This is coming from my own experience. I cannot speak for everybody else, but oftentimes deja vu dreams appear when you are out of alignment. So if you are living in a constant state of survival, you are working somewhere which doesn't align with your purpose, with your vision, with your values, you are unhappy, you have a routine-ish day, routine-ish week, month, year, you will often find yourself in deja vu moments. It is from your higher self to pay attention that you are not aligned. You should get back to your goals. You can do it. To just get your attention, because we get stuck in a routine and we start running on autopilot. And the last one is a lucid dream I talked about. So it's a type of a dream in which you are fully awake, you're fully conscious, and you can control that dream. All right, next one. Is everybody following me? Is everything okay? Give me a thumbs up if it's okay. Thank you. All right, so power of our subconscious mind. I have mentioned this earlier. So our subconscious mind is responsible for around 95% of our thoughts, emotions, behavior, and often operates beneath our conscious awareness. It stores memories, beliefs, experiences that shape our perceptions and influence our actions on a daily basis. By tapping into your subconscious mind, you can unlock your true potential, overcome limitations, create positive changes. And how do we access our subconscious mind? Using the theta state. If some of you don't know about the theta state, it's a state of brain frequency which is before you fall asleep and early in the morning when you wake up. It's this drowsy state in which you are very receptive for everything. Usually, you can enter that state in a deep meditation or in a hypnosis session. To tap into your subconscious mind because it becomes really open and receptive to anything that you say. You can access by journaling before bed, early in the morning. I would suggest to avoid your phone in the morning and before bed. Dedicate an hour of before bed and in the morning for yourself to be in quiet and peace. And during the meditations, you can access your subconscious mind also by telling yourself some affirmations, doing EFT tapping when you tap in, your pressure points and tell yourself affirmations. It does work quicker to access and reprogram yourself. And lastly, by being honest with yourself, you can tap into your subconscious mind. It doesn't have to be theta state. You can just be honest with yourself, start journaling, and ask yourself questions that you need answers for. Because the answers are within and you know them. You know how to access to them and you have them within. Okay, so this is what we talked about, how to recall your dreams. This is, sorry, I'm having, my screen is, okay. So first of all, treat the dream world as part of your life, I mentioned earlier. Ask the questions before bed and affirm to recall your dreams. So if you are someone who doesn't recall your dreams, start changing that belief. Stop saying that you can't recall or you don't remember. Start saying to yourself before bed, I recall my dreams easily. I remember my dreams easily. Thirdly, have genuine interest and use it as a tool to guide yourself. Be curious about it. It's actually an amazing world.
Arke, I had one question. Can I ask now?
Yeah, sure.
What do you mean by ask questions bed?
Oh, sorry, it's before bed.
Oh, what kind of questions do we ask?
Anything that you need answers for. So if you are having troubles in your life, you can tell yourself, ask your higher self, please show me the answer to the issue that I have. Please show me the solution. Please show me the one thing that I can change in order to change this situation. So that way, you will definitely see dreams. And yeah, ask questions before bed or journal and ask in your journal, this is what I'm thinking about. This is what my current concern is. And I would like to receive the answer in a dream or throughout the day. Doesn't really matter, but I genuinely need help. By saying that you are connecting with yourself and being honest, and you will receive the answer. Yep, have genuine interest, use it as a tool to guide yourself. And the fourth is asking the right questions and experimenting with them. By asking the right questions, I mean, when you wake up, don't ask yourself, what did I dream about? Or I had a dream, because this way you are immediately treating the dream world as a dream world. Treat it as a reality. Ask yourself, who did I see today? Where was I today? How did I feel today? That way, you will remember everything quickly. You will be surprised by how much details you can get out of yourself by asking the right questions. Number 6 is get a nice handy journal. Get something aesthetically pleasing, cute journal, make it yourself, or app, or a phone app, because we have our phones every day in our hands. So that way it will be easier for you once you remember something to write it down immediately and come back to it later. I will recommend the app that I use later. It's a free app. You'll be able to also use it, and hopefully that works for you as well. Because I used to have physical journals, but I didn't like carrying them around, so I switched to an app. Number 7 is meditate and have no distractions. So in the morning, when you wake up, if you can't remember the dream, just sit down in silence and meditate. It will come back to you. Don't pick up your phone. Don't go and make a coffee. Just wake up, sit down, and meditate. Sit still in silence. It will come to you. Number 8 is interpreting your dreams is an individual practice. So the way you interpret, the way you perceive is completely up to you, and only you know the messages, and only you can intuitively feel and resonate with them. And lastly, 99% of the time, we know what the message is about. We know about it. Okay, next slide. All right, so this is a group activity. I'd like you to get your papers.
I have a
Yes.
question.
Yes.
So if you can just go back, yeah, this one. So the last 2 points actually. So when you say it's individual, you do it for yourself. But let's say, someone, a loved one is telling you about their dreams.
Yes.
And, could you help listen to their dreams? And it's also like in the morning sometimes, so it's fresh.
Yes.
I have a 4-year-old. Sometimes she tells me her dreams, and I very interesting.
Yeah.
And, or other loved ones, So how is
Yeah.
that? And then I'll ask the second question later.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Sumit, for your question. That's a great question. So what I mean is, you can absolutely help anybody. You can interpret someone else's dreams. You can sit down with your child, with your husband, with your wife, and help them to break down the dreams. What I mean is, it is completely up to them to perceive if it's the truth, because they will feel if it resonates or not. Your husband or your child will say, no, doesn't feel right. I don't think that's the truth. And it's completely up to them. You are more than welcome to guide them. We all here to guide each other. You can, if you don't know how to interpret your dreams, you can always use the Google, you can always use a book, and whatever you resonate with, you will intuitively feel in your heart, in your body, and you will know that this is the right message. And it's the same thing goes for everybody, your child, your husband, everybody. Okay?
Okay. And when you said, the last point, that we know the messages, 99%, we actually know what's coming. So I mean, I can resonate with that, but then, can you just explain that a little more? When you say so you already had it in your subconscious, but then you heard it again, or what do you really mean?
What I mean is, sooner or later you will find the answer. Even if it's not immediately in the morning, you will find signs, messages throughout the day. Maybe your loved ones will say something about the dream. And 99% of the time, you have that feeling inside which tells you if it resonates, if it doesn't resonate. So you know that there is some message that you are waiting for. There is some message that you know about deep inside, and you have that feeling. That's what I mean. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. So now we're gonna do a group activity. I would like you to grab your pen and paper and write your dream down with me. So even if you don't remember a recent dream, you can pick any dream that you have, um, because I believe in the power of starting now. It always starts now. The changes always start now. If you are someone who never journaled your dream, this is your chance to start now and see if it's for you or not. Okay? And I will guide you throughout the process to do it. Okay. So can everybody see this table? Perfect. All right, so we've got 5 columns, and these are the questions that I told you about to ask yourself. So divide the table into 5 columns and ask the first question, who did I see? Second was, where was I? What else? What do they represent? And how did I feel? So these are 5 important questions. When you wake up in the morning, you don't have to write the full dream down. As long as you ask those questions, you can go back, fall asleep, and then wake up later and start writing your dream down and decoding the message later. So in this example here, I wrote down my recent dream. So who did I see? I saw a teacher of mine. I saw my best friend. Where was I? So we write the location. I was in the classroom and I was in my middle school. And the question, what else? I usually put some details. So I think I saw contact lenses. I saw toilet. And I write, what do they represent? So this is an individual thing and depends on what your perception and your experience. So teacher to me means restriction, limitations, judgment, and resentment, because the teacher I saw was a very unpleasant person from the past. Okay. Friend to me, my best friend, she represents encouragement because she was always there for me, a genuine help and strength. Contact lenses, I am blind, so I wear contact lenses every single day. Otherwise, I can't see. So contact lenses, they often represent to me discomfort, inability to see, lack of clarity. Because when I don't have them on, I can't see, so I have no clarity. I can't tell the difference between a stick or TV. I can't. Toilet usually represents bathroom. Toxicity, release. That's where we release the toxins. Or it also represents past to me, because oftentimes in the past, I would hide in the bathroom when I was in school, when I had troubles, when I was scared of my teacher, I would hide in the bathroom. And the last one, school. School represents discipline, lack of interest in comparison, because it can be different for you, but that school to me was a nightmare. There was a lot of comparison, a lot of discipline, and I had no interest in school subjects at all. How did I feel in a dream? So when I saw the teacher, I felt scared. I wanted to be accepted by her. And I felt inadequate, and I lost faith in my talent because she was watching over me in that dream. And I think she was really strict and yelling at me. How did I feel when I had my friend next to me? I felt supported. I felt like crying. What I felt when I was holding my contact lenses, I felt disappointed in myself for not being able to put the contact lenses on in a dream, because that's a super easy task, which I do every single day. But in a dream, I couldn't do it. So I was very disappointed and ashamed of myself. Toilet, what did I feel when I was in the bathroom? I felt like running. I felt like hiding in the bathroom and comforting myself that way. So now I will put the message together just as an example. So I will just give you a brief backstory. So I was in a school in a classroom with my teacher and my best friend, and my teacher was yelling at me to put the contact lenses on, which I couldn't do it. But my friend kept encouraging me next to me, and I felt really scared, and I felt inadequate for not being able to put the contact lenses on, and ashamed of myself, and lost faith in myself, in my talent to do anything at all. And I ran away into the bathroom outside, and I started hiding in the bathroom and comforting myself, telling myself it's going to be okay. And the message from that dream was a female figure restriction. So from this is a attachment to the past. So something that happened in the past, which is preventing me from using my talents um, and believing in myself. So I saw the toilet, which was telling myself to release the past and look into the present moment now, and how much I have grown and how much I have changed. So that was the message from my dream. And what I do next is, when I interpret it, I write down the full story. And if you don't want to do it immediately, that's okay. You can go back to sleep and do it later, because you will remember with this method. With these questions, you will remember the dream. So have no doubts. I also draw some symbols and signs if I see them from the dream, because sometimes they mean something really significant. Thirdly, you will intuitively know the message by the time you are writing the full story down. You will know the answer. If you don't know the answer, ask and search, use Google, use books, and be open to signs throughout the day. You don't have to receive the message, decode the message right away. Don't be too harsh on yourself. It is okay. And you have confidence that you will be able to decode the dream and receive the message. And lastly, what I do is, once I decoded the message, I thank myself. I tell myself, thank you so much. And I thank the universe, the higher self, or whatever. I say thank you for the message, and I create an affirmation based on the message. So my message was to detach from the past and believe in myself, believe in the current me, and accept the current me. So I tell myself an affirmation I created myself in the morning by saying, I release the past. I release everything that's been holding me back. I feel compassion and kindness to myself. I am patient with myself, and I'm open to growth, and I'm very proud of the current me. So that way, when you do it first thing in the morning before touching your phone, when you are in the theta state, it goes straight to your subconscious mind. It just happens naturally. And what will happen next is, in your life, you will be put into situations, circumstances where your ability to apply that message will be tested. In my case, I am here presenting this workshop to you. So this was my message, to release the past and believe in my ability to do this. So I have broke that pattern by telling that affirmation, and here I am with all of you beautiful people, and Shalou. I'm here sharing the insights and together with you. And it happened naturally. I didn't think there, I didn't sit down and stress about it. The opportunity will come to you, a situation will come to you to test your ability to decode that message and apply it. So be confident in yourself. You can do it. And lastly, yes, changes will happen naturally. Okay. And the key takeaway. Ways. For your question, I'm pretty sure it will help everybody. So please be like Sumit and ask questions. Don't be scared. Okay, so it depends on the nature of the dream. To me, this dream was very negative, very scary. That's why I wrote the things the representations to me. So the toilet to me is a place where you release toxins, and it's also a place of comfort to me as well. As I mentioned earlier, in the past, I used to hide in the bathroom to be alone and to comfort myself and to hide from the problems, to hide from people. So that's a representation to me, and it could be a common representation to everybody else. Because I saw that Sumit also feels the same way in the toilet. We find some comfort, and yeah, so that it's completely personal. But if this resonates with you, the interpretation, my interpretations resonate with you, take them. But at the end of the day, ask yourself if it feels right. So to just trust your intuition, because you know the best. I don't know what's best for you. Okay, so that's great to hear that you have intense dreams and you have all of those dreams. So it is scientifically proven that we have about 3 to 5 dreams a night. Sometimes we can have 5 scenarios, 5 different dreams. And oftentimes they can have different messages in each, or they are interconnected. It's just your brain trying to get your attention and to deliver the message across. And when if you don't know how to interpret, do the interpretation of those dreams because they are too intense and too much and too many, since you do remember the feeling, that's the most important part. So what you felt, write down everything that you saw. Just answer these questions. Who did I see? Where was I? What else? How did I feel? And leave the representation and what they represent this question out. Just write the full dream down, and then later on, go back to what do they mean. Go back to it last, because by the time you're writing it down, you will already have the answer somehow, and you will have the time to get the details of the dream and somehow put the message together from 5 dreams into one. I will answer your question, and I will give you some practical tips. So thank you so much for sharing your dream about the snakes. And as I mentioned earlier, everybody has different interpretations. And in the Western culture, obviously snakes, they think about danger, they think about toxicity and harm. But I see personally, if you see, I feel like you feel the same way as me. I feel like snakes represent growth and they represent strength. So when a snake is in a small environment, it cannot shed its skin comfortably. It cannot grow into its full size, into its full potential. So what that represents is usually snakes tell us that we are just like snakes. We have layers, we grow, we have to shed them off. We have to take them off. And it usually means that you are outgrown your environment. You are ready to move on. You are ready to skill up, level up, and start something new. So it's a reminder for you to pay attention to your environment and observe your growth, and give yourself a space to fully shed your layers off and live to your full potential. Usually And oftentimes with my friends and family members, they often see snakes as well, and they often resonate with this message. And if this message also resonates with you, maybe that's the case. Because I feel like you mentioned earlier that you don't feel any negative emotions around them, which is a good indicator that you probably have outgrown. So just pay attention to your environment. What's going on? What's going on in your life? Are you feel happy with your job? Are you happy with your friends? Are you happy with what you do? Do you feel fulfillment? Do you feel like you can do more, you can be more? So just pay attention to that. Okay? Thank you, Deepak, for sharing that with me. I appreciate it, and I'm so sorry that you lost your mom. Okay, so let's take it step by step. I can relate to that because I lost my mom as well, and due to grief, we usually see them in our dreams. And when they show up in your dream, and by the sound of it, your mother is showing up in your dream to let you know that she is okay and you need to let go. In terms of communicating with your mom, in my scenario, I was blessed to be able to talk to her. But how did that happen is I never had expectations, and I never forced my mom, and I never prayed, please do this. I just, I would say before bed, if my mom has something to say, I would love to hear. I would be grateful. But it's completely up to her. She can live in peace in heaven or wherever she is. If she can just show me in a dream that she is okay, I'll be helpful. I'll be grateful. And just releasing and letting go of the control, not trying to pressure your mother to show up because she's probably at peace and she's having fun. And because my mom was having fun, she didn't have time for me. And that way, you are more likely to meet your mother in a dream. I
Yeah.
would say that the fact that she's showing up again and again is already a sign that she's telling you she's okay. You have to let go. You said something along the line of you didn't do enough for her. You are doing enough for her. The fact that you are still alive, you're living the life, you are learning, you are growing, you are in this workshop with everybody else, you're expanding your knowledge, you're working on yourself. It shows a lot. I'm pretty sure your mother is proud of you. And we all choose our lives, our challenges, and our death as well. So there is no fault on your end. There's
Thank
nothing
you.
that you could have done. You are a child, and that's it. You were her child, and I'm sure she is grateful to have a child like you who thinks that way and who cares for her.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's the first one. The second one, I think you mentioned that you are being chased all the time, and I think you mentioned a dragon. Ask you what dragons represent to you. What do you think when you think of a dragon? What do you see? What do you know about them?
Yeah,
All right, thank you so much. So you feel fear when you're being chased. So usually when you are running away from something and you are being chased, it means you are avoiding some issues, avoiding resisting some changes, avoiding facing your challenges. And why you perceive them as evil. It can be that you are not facing your shadows, your negative sides, your negative traits, things that
Yeah,
you are scared of changing. And you think,
correct.
oh, these are ugly things. I'd like, maybe you get negative thoughts, so you push them away instead of asking yourself. It is telling yourself it's okay to have negative thoughts. It's okay to have negative experiences. It's okay that in the past I made mistakes. I am a person, I am a human being, and it's all about experiencing. And think from a perspective, what did you learn from them? So that way you are facing and releasing the resistance. So that's what
Thank
usually chase represents. Right. The next person.
Yeah.
Um, I
Before
can
that,
see.
I could see a lot of hands raised.
Me too.
Yeah. So, like we appreciate all your like wonderful questions and curiosity, but we will do our best to answer as many questions as we can within the available time. So for any questions like we are unable to address during this session, we kindly request you that you submit them. We will ensure
Mhm.
that they will reach to
Yeah.
and she'll be able to provide responses to them at a later time.
Mhm.
So I think we can take how many questions we can take now? 2, 3 questions we can take.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely sure.
okay.
Thank you so much for sharing that with me and with everybody. And I feel like it takes a lot of courage to be vulnerable and to be able to share something that is personal to you. I'm gonna say some things. You may not like hearing them. So I feel like um, you have a very unique gift, and you are also connected and in tune with the other realm, and you are connected to your ancestors. That's what it seems like. And the first dream that you described of your grandmother being in a brown sari, and as saying that she now can listen to the radio freely. Brown color usually means ground. It means earth. It means um, um, releasing. It means healing, because earth is healing. Earth is about growth. We plant the seeds in the soil, brown soil, and it grows. So what your grandmother was probably showing you is that now she's at peace. She's now with the earth. She's now able to be at peace and healed. She is okay. And the fact that you hinted on a radio is radio. You can adjust the frequency and listen to any station that you want. So I think she was telling you, now I have the access to see the full picture. Now I have the access to experience whatever I want, and I'm happy. And I think she just probably wanted to ensure that you get that message across, and probably deliver to other people that she's okay, she's at peace, she's not angry at anyone, and she's happy about the life she lived. And in the other dreams reoccurring, I feel like this can be just, this is what I intuitively feel, and I feel like your grandmother is your close ancestor, your close spirit guide, and she probably decided to guide you in this earth realm to deliver messages to you directly. If there is something in your family that she's not happy about, or she thinks that you can somehow help, she's probably looking after you and delivering the messages through you. Well, she was trying to, until you asked her to stop. Usually When you ask them to stop about sending dreams, they do. When you get scared, they do stop. It is in your power. You have the free will to receive or resist, and that's something that we all have. It is your decision, but I feel like you have an amazing gift and you shouldn't be scared of it. And spirit world and your grandmother, your grandfather, they're happier than you think. They are so loving, they're so childish on the other side, they're so curious, and they don't have anything, any negative thinking, any harm that they want to do to anybody. They just trying to help. And sometimes they may send you some dreams for you to decode them and get the message yourself. Decode the message yourself. But yeah, if you want to stop seeing those messages, you can just tell yourself that resist. You can tell yourself, I no longer want to have this gift. But I was in your shoes. I was in your shoes when I started receiving messages from souls that I didn't even know. They showed up in my dreams. They would say, can you tell my grandson that I'm okay? And I did not know those people at all. And I would start seeing the grandson and meeting the grandson later. And I told them, I feel like your grandmother is passed away. And delivering those messages in the very beginning was very scary to me and very new to me. I didn't like because it was painful for me to see and deliver messages to some people that your grandmother is about to die or your dad is about to die, something like that. Your dad has an illness or something. Please let him know. Please check him. Please take him to the hospital. But over time, you will see the gift. You will accept the gift. So it just happens to everybody. And I feel like everyone has that gift. It's just some people are very aware, very in tune, and very sensitive. Sensitive people usually have those gifts. Very emotional people, they are very in tune with the spirit world, and that's how they receive everything. And I think you should be very proud of yourself and very grateful for an ability to have those messages, because there are millions of people that would like to have that ability. You are very in tune, I believe, with synchronicities, and there is no coincidences. So it's all synchronicity. It's all messages that are telling you, hey, I'm okay and I'm looking after you, and listen to this radio. I can totally relate to sexual abuse. It's the dreams that you have after about it is a post-traumatic stress disorder. It's just a sign of it. It usually just means that you are stuck on your past and you associate yourself with the trauma, or you think that you are still in that past moment, but you are not. It's in the past. It's not happening now. You just very attached to the feelings that you had in that moment, to fear that you had in that moment, to helplessness. You have a very strong attachment. So it usually means that you are still working on it. You still need healing. You still need work on it. You still need to talk to yourself, to a deeper part of yourself, to tell yourself that you are not at fault. At first of all, it's not your fault. And that you are no longer a victim. You are a survivor. You are stronger than you think. The experience you had matters. It means a lot. You can, with that experience, you are a lot stronger than you think, and you can help other people, other survivors to get over. Usually it just means that you need to talk to a deeper part of yourself, a deeper fear, and get to know that fear and face it in order for you to break through that trauma and detach from it and just accept the current version of you. because becoming the current you from that trauma, it took you a long time. And you got to give yourself a credit that you made it, you are stronger, and that the other side of the pain is usually beautiful. And you are here, you are safe, and you are able to help other people as well. And you are worth the happiness. You can be happy, and you deserve to be happy, and you deserve all the good things, because sometimes trauma survivors have that mindset that they don't deserve good things, that they lack, that they are not like everybody else, that they are worse than everybody else because of the experiences that happened to them. So it's a deeper healing that is required when those types of dreams occur. And that's something I also had to work on. So I can totally say that it will be okay. With those types of dreams, it just means you need a work with yourself, with your inner child, usually, because when we experience something like that, usually we abandon the inner child in us and blame the inner child and blame that we were naive, we were helpless, we were young, we were like that. Maybe it's our fault, maybe because we're like this and that. So it just means you need a deeper you need to dive deeper, and you need to work on your healing yourself. And don't be harsh. When I speak about healing, I don't mean that people are broken. Healing doesn't mean that you are broken and you need fixing. Healing means that you need to process something that happened to you. Healing means that you need to relearn about yourself, about what your beliefs are, what your values are, what your relationship is with yourself, what is respect is about. Healing means relearning, and it's a continuous thing, and we all learn, heal ourselves continuously. There is no linear healing journey, and there is no perfect way to heal. All right, thank you so much for asking that, and also thank you so much for bringing that up. I had completely forgotten about that. First of all, that's completely okay. Dreams are usually very blurry. It's because we are in this reality, and those dimensions are very blurry to us, and we often confuse what we see. Wake up and think, was that a building or was that a church? If you're not sure, write down both and be honest. Okay, I'm not really sure if it was a building. Maybe I want it to be a church. But either way, this was built out of stone and I was built out of bricks. So that's completely okay. Just be honest with yourself and see what resonates. And once you start filling in the story, once you start writing the other details down, you will kind of see the full picture. It was a building. Okay, that was related to my job. Okay, that I remember now, it was in the city. So just use the activity that I've shown, the table I have shown. So you will be able to go back and get a clarity on it. And if you're not sure, just be honest in your journal. And I also want to mention, guys, when you have your dream journal, it is your journal. Be very transparent with yourself. Be honest, completely honest with yourself. It is crucial. And know that nobody's going to read that journal. Nobody's going to understand those dreams. Only you. So don't fear that someone's going to find that journal and think that you're crazy. Guess what? Everybody's crazy. Everybody has crazy dreams. And that's completely okay. Just be honest about yourself that you are not sure. Since I don't do private sessions, but you can send me an email or connect with me on Instagram, and then we can probably organize something and speak to you. Is it something personal that you want to talk about? the way you interpret your dream is individual. So you, I would suggest asking about each subject, each object, each person you saw, and seeing what they mean to you. But I will provide you what I feel like that is. But it can resonate and it cannot. So feel free to disregard if it doesn't resonate. So the first dream that you said, you were just in a fairy like place, but you were not on your feet. I think that's what you said. So you're not fully on the ground.
Yes.
So that usually indicates that you need some grounding, which also means that you need to reconnect with Mother Earth. So go in nature, reconnect to your true spirit, reconnect to yourself, which also indicates that you need to release something, because Earth is all about releasing. It's all about regrowing something. It's all about changes. So it can mean that you daydream a lot. And you need to land, you need to ground yourself, you need to reconnect with the nature, the spirit, with your true self, with your soul. And that can indicate that.
Okay.
And the second thing, I think you mentioned the lifts, which is a reoccurring dream. So lifts usually, and this is what they mean to me, right? Lifts usually mean a very fast way of getting to a destination, right? So we can use, what is it called? Gosh, I forgot the English word. Stairs. We can use stairs, right? That's a slower way of moving. But you preferred a lift in your dream, which means you're probably rushing somewhere. You're probably looking for a shortcut to get to something in this reality, or to accomplish something. You're trying to get things done faster without grounding yourself, without stopping yourself, without observing. And that's why you are probably using a lift. But even though the lift will go very fast, it may take you to other levels, horizontally, vertically, to other levels, and distract you from your goal. So I think that can also indicate that you need to take it slow, and you need to choose your path on your own, and don't rush. So what I wanted to finish the workshop by saying this key takeaways from the workshop we had, and I genuinely want to say thank you for everybody staying till the end and asking questions. I'm very happy to see like-minded people and people who are ready to grow and working on themselves and uniting together, especially in the organization that you guys have. I think that's you guys have a great sense of community. So yeah, I just want to remind you all that everything is a dream under the moon. So don't be scared of changing something. Don't be scared of taking a leap of faith. Don't be scared of living your life authentically, taking the actions that scare you, challenges. It is all a dream, and this whole life is about experiencing, and its whole life is about being a human being and expanding your world, expanding your consciousness. And second thing is start planning your goals. So since I mentioned this is a dream world, right? Be awake in this dream world, be present, be grounded. And if you have dreams and you have goals that you want to achieve, start planning them instead of dreaming about them. Because I can guarantee you can achieve anything you want. If you can visualize, if you can dream about it, you can do it in this reality as well. And you have all the forces of the universe supporting you, and you all know that deep inside, that you guys are magnificent beings, and we are one, and we are the universe itself expanding, and growing and helping each other. Every human being, every living being on earth is a guide. Every single one of you is guiding each other. Every single family member you have, every stranger that you meet is guiding you and teaching you, and you are doing the same thing. And I am learning some things, new things from you guys today. So that also shows and proves that we are meant to be here and we're doing it together. We are in this together. So don't be afraid, and always keep that in mind that we are all the same and we are here for a reason, to expand, to experience, and live. Not, I know the whole life is not about pleasure only. It's about the pain, it's about the suffering, it's about the resistance, it's about failing and getting back and learning and discovering your talents and trying new things. And I also want to thank you for showing up today, because congratulations, you changed your perspective by being here. So be proud of yourself, give yourself a credit, because you did something new today. You joined a workshop about dreams and you probably learned something new. If you didn't learn, you learned about a new perspective from me and from other people here. So make sure to be proud of yourself and give yourself a credit for it, because that does go into your subconscious mind and it does bring some changes into your life. Have no doubts about it. Again, I want to mention that at the end of the day, everything is totally up to you. You have the free will to apply everything I said. You have the free will to not apply. But I have a feeling that you guys will. And I have a feeling that all of you will learn something and all of you are interested. And that's very surprising to me. It's very heartwarming to see that a lot of people are here to grow and they are fearless and very open-minded. I want to also say that there is no right or wrong answer in life at all. You decide what is right for you in the present moment now. And some of you have mentioned that you have some regrets about the past decisions, or that you couldn't take care of your parent in the past and you blame yourself. I just want to say that there is no right or wrong answer or wrong decision that you made. You made the decisions in those moments because you believed that they were the right decisions, because that was what you could do in those moments. You were just doing your best and you are still doing your best. So don't be very harsh on yourself. Have some compassion. We all have things that we regret about, but they teach us a great lesson. Okay, and lastly, honesty with yourself is crucial. As I mentioned, when you journal, imagine that the whole universe is just you. You are in this whole universe alone, and you have this time with yourself, comfortable with your journal. Be honest, document. Start documenting this reality. Start documenting your dream as if you're a writer of a book. And that way is just a fun way of living, and you will start liking journaling. Take your journal everywhere, go to different cafes, have a cozy place in your house where you journal, make a routine. So yeah, be honest with yourself, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna find all the answers that you seek, and they are always within. So just make sure to go inward whenever you're stuck or whenever you feel lost in life. Okay, so this is the app that I want to recommend for those who use their phones, and it's called Obsidian. I think this is a free app. So what you do is you every day you enter the date, and you write your dreams down in there, and it does have this feature which is like a graph view where you can have this mind map. So you can see all of your dreams lined up like this in a sphere, and there is a search button as well where you can click a certain word. Like you can, for example, type lifts or mother, and you will see all of your dreams where you mention mother lifts. And you can see how many reoccurring dreams you had about lifts, being at your parents' houses from that app. I think this app was originally designed for creative thinking, brainstorming, documenting your ideas, but this works really well for documenting your dreams as well. Okay. And I also want to share these two files that I have. I don't know if I can share it in the chat. I can probably do so. I'll just upload it here. If not, I will send it to Shalu, and Shalu can then send it to your email addresses. So this is the first file is from 1997. It's 10,000 Dreams interpreted by Gustavo Miller. I haven't fully read it, but I've had a look. I had a look at it, and I read some paragraphs and some chapters, and I really liked the interpretation of the dreams. And I think it's all about a new perspective to me and to you as well. I'm pretty sure. So if you're interested, just have a look and read about it. It's 10,000 dream interpretations, so it's really fun. And the next file is the Interpretations of Dreams by Sigmund Freud. And this one is also nice. It's a very similar way of explaining what dreams are about and what powers they hold. And similar what I talked about in the workshop today, but it's more scientific. It's very scientific. Okay. Let me try sharing it here. If I can, that would be amazing in the chat. If I can't, oh, I can do it. Yes, let's see. Okay. Okay. And those are free files I have just downloaded in the past from the internet, and I just had fun reading them. So yeah, this is all. I think the session is coming to the end. I just want to say thank you to everybody joining me today. And thank you so much for having me. This is my first time doing a session like this. So I'm very excited and very grateful. This is a new experience for me, and this is me breaking my pattern and my limited belief, as I mentioned earlier about my dream, being scared of my teacher. If you want to connect with me, you will have my details from Shalu. You can sign up to my website. I will be uploading more free things, free healing insights and more. And I have a Facebook group if you want to join. I know Shalu is there. I always see Shalu. But yeah, Shalu, if you have anything, just send it to Shalu and I'll be speaking to her, or send it directly through my website. Yeah, it was a really, really good session, and thank you so much for everything, guys. I'm very happy to see a very united organization and just beautiful people and beautiful hearts. It's a dream of mine as well to build something like that, a non-profit organization all around the world, and hopefully visit India as well.
So, I would like to say something.
Sure.
Your presence itself is healing and soothing, like you offer a lot of, I think healing just by being present, just by being existing. And that is, I feel that you have this, if I can use the word that, this angelic presence, and so, yeah, I'm so grateful. Thank you for gifting this session to us. This was very powerful. And for all the wonderful, powerful insights that you have shared with everyone so patiently, so lovingly. Yeah. And thank you seriously, from now onwards, I'm going to treat my dreams as, secret cheat codes, as you say, to navigate life. I'm sending you lots of love and appreciation. And so your presence has been beyond amazing, so soothing. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Shalu. You're very kind. Thank you for everybody. Ankita, Deepak, Meha. I'm sure everybody's, Meenakshi, everybody that asked me questions, I felt really supported and I liked the engagement. And I'm just very happy to be helpful. Wish you all the best, everyone. Yeah, and
Thank you.
it's my pleasure to connect with new people. It makes my day. It was a very long session. I hope you guys get a coffee or something after. Get a tea, make chai or something. Yeah. Enjoy
Thank you.
the rest of your day. And